Hello everyone, this is Asra Sultana, Assistant Professor in Triple Department, working in ISL Engineering College. So we have started in the previous classes regarding the synchronous motor topic. We have studied about its principle of operation, construction, various applications of synchronous motors, and we have seen the phasor diagram or vector diagram of synchronous motor. And last class we have seen about the variation of current and power factor with excitation, that is V curves and inverse V curves. Okay, so today's class we are going to see about the hunting and its prevention and current and power circle diagram. Okay, so word hunting is used because after the sudden application of load, rotor will search or hunt for its new equilibrium position. So this phenomenon is called as hunting in synchronous motor. So what is hunting? It is nothing but after application of load, rotor will search for its new equilibrium position. This is called as hunting. Okay. So, whenever a synchronous motor is loaded, the rotor poles will fall back by certain angle called as load angle, that is represented by delta, which is behind the poles of the forward rotating magnetic field. So, if the load is suddenly thrown off, the rotor poles will be pulled into almost exact position to the poles of the forward field. But due to inertia of rotor, rotor poles will travel too far. So then they are again pulled back and so on. So an oscillation will be set up about the equilibrium position corresponding to new load. So the oscillation of rotor about its equilibrium position is called as hunting. Okay. So what is hunting? Whenever we are applying a load to the rotor, so it will search for its or hunt for its new equilibrium position. It will be oscillating. Okay. So the rotor will be oscillating and it will search for a new equilibrium position, that is called as hunting. So why hunting is caused? Hunting is caused by change in load, change in excitation or change in some other conditions such as uh, sudden changes in load or very small load or a very high load. Okay? So in some cases when the mass of the rotating parts has an oscillating period that is the same or multiple of the hunting period, mechanical resonance is set up and the amplitude of the swing of the rotor poles relative to the poles of rotating field will become too great that neither the rotor circuit gets opened by the circuit protective devices nor the motor will fall out of the synchronism and stall. So hunting is nothing but an objectionable characteristic of all synchronous motors. So the most significant adverse effect of hunting is increase in probability of losing the synchronism. So hunting will also produce severe mechanical stresses as well as large variations in current and power drawn by the motor. So other effects can be like increase in losses, which will result in increase of temperature and increase in possibility of resonance. So hunting can be suppressed by providing a damper winding, which is also called as squirrel cage winding or damper grids. So that we will see later. Okay, now as of now, let us see that what is hunting. I hope this is clear to everyone that hunting is nothing but so after sudden application of load, rotor will search or hunt for its new equilibrium position. So this phenomena is called as hunting. So now let us know what is the condition of equilibrium in synchronous motor. A steady state operation of synchronous motor is a condition of equilibrium in which the electromagnetic torque will be equal and opposite to load torque. Okay. So in steady state, rotor will run at synchronous speed, thereby maintaining a constant value of torque angle, delta. If there is a sudden change in load torque, equilibrium will be disturbed and there will be a resulting torque which will change the speed of the motor. So this is a diagram showing load angle delta versus time, where we can see that dotted line is showing the here new position, new equilibrium position. Okay. This is the settling time due to damper winding. So we will see that where damper winding is, why it is used. Okay, in the coming slides. Here it is. These are settling time, hunting period, and without damper winding. And this is the settling time due to damper winding. So what is hunting? Unloaded synchronous machine has 0 degree load angle on increasing the shaft load gradually. load angle will increase. So let us consider that load P1 is applied suddenly to unloaded machine shaft. So machine will slow down momentarily. Also load angle will increase from 0 degree and will become delta 1. So during the first swing, electrical power developed is equal to mechanical load P1. Is not established, so rotor swings further and load angle will exceed delta 1 and now it will become delta 2. Now electrical power generator is greater than the previous one and rotor will attain the synchronous speed. But it will not stay in synchronous speed and it will continue to increase beyond synchronous speed. Okay, it is not stopping at synchronous speed. It will the speed of the rotor will increase beyond the synchronous speed. So as a result of rotor acceleration above synchronous speed, so rotor is now accelerating above synchronous speed, so load angle will decrease. So once again no equilibrium is attained. So equilibrium position is not attained. So rotor will swing or oscillate about new equilibrium position. This phenomenon is called as hunting or phase swinging. Hunting will occur not only in synchronous motor but also in synchronous generators upon abrupt change in load. Okay, why hunting is occurring? Already we have seen it that hunting is occurring because of sudden change in load. Okay, it will happen both in synchronous motor and synchronous generators. So the phenomenon of oscillation of rotor about its final equilibrium position is called as hunting. On sudden application of load, rotor will search for its new equilibrium position, which is called as hunting. Okay. So hunting process occurs in a synchronous motor as well as in synchronous generator if an abrupt change in load will occur. The steady state or stable operation of a synchronous motor is a condition of equilibrium. In it, the load torque is equal as well as opposite to the electromagnetic torque. So rotor of the motor will run at synchronous speed in the steady state condition and will maintain a constant value of torque angle delta. Equilibrium will get disturbed if a sudden change in load occurs. Thus, a resulting torque takes place which will change the speed of the motor. So let us see the equation of the torque now. TE minus T load is equal to J d omega m by dt, where J is the moment of inertia, omega m is the angular velocity of the rotor in mechanical units, and the speed of the motor slows down temporarily and the torque angle delta is sufficiently increased. This is done to restore the torque equilibrium and the synchronous speed when there is a sudden increase in the load torque. Now the electromagnetic torque is given by this equation, that is TE is equal to 3V EF by omega S x sine delta. If the value of delta is increased, electromagnetic torque is also increased. So as a result, motor will get accelerated. As the rotor reaches the synchronous speed, torque angle delta is larger than the required value. Now the rotor speed continues to increase beyond the synchronous speed. As the rotor accelerates above synchronous speed, torque angle delta will decrease. The point where the motor torque becomes equal to the load torque, equilibrium is not restored because now the rotor speed is greater than the synchronous speed. So rotor will continue to swing backwards and as a result torque angle goes on decreasing. So when the load angle delta becomes less than the required value, mechanical load becomes greater than the developed power. Therefore, the motor starts to slow down. The load angle will start increasing again. Thus, the rotor will start to swing or oscillate around the synchronous speed. Now, motor will respond to a decreasing load torque by temporarily increasing speed and reduction of torque angle delta. So this is done on the temporary basis. Okay. Now rotor will swing and rotate around the synchronous speed. So this process of rotation of rotor speed equal or around the synchronous speed is called as hunting. So during the rotor oscillation, phase of the phasor EF will change about the phasor V. So hunting is known as phase swinging. Why hunting is also called as phase swinging? Because the phase of the phasor voltage EF will change about the phasor V. That's why it is called as phase swinging. Now let us see various causes of hunting in synchronous motor. So causes of hunting, as I said earlier, first one is sudden change in load. Second is sudden change in field current. Okay. So these are the various causes of hunting. Hunting means what? Some oscillations are happening in the rotor of the synchronous motor because of sudden change in load, and second one is sudden change in field current, a load containing harmonic torque, or a fault in supply system. Okay, these are the four causes of hunting in a synchronous motor. Now let us see the effects of hunting. So what can be happening if there is a hunting in a synchronous motor? So first one is it may lead to loss of synchronism. Okay. Second one is it will produce mechanical stresses in the rotor shaft. Third one will be it increases the machine losses and will cause temperature rise. Fourth one will be causes great surges in current and power flow. And fifth one is it increases the possibility of resonance. Okay. So first one is what? It will lead to the loss of synchronism. It will no more be in synchronism. Okay. The machine will no more be in synchronism. Second one is it will produce mechanical stresses in the rotor shaft. Okay. So mechanical stresses will be produced. So now what will happen? Because of the stresses, losses will occur, and because of losses, temperature will be rising. And hunting will cause greater surges in current and power flow, and it will increase the possibility of resonance. Next is the prevention of hunting or reduction of hunting in synchronous motor. We can say it as a prevention or reduction of hunting in synchronous motor. So two techniques are used to reduce the hunting. They are the use of, first one is the use of damper winding, and the second one is the use of flywheels. Now let us see use of damper winding. It consists of low electrical resistance copper or aluminum brush embedded in slots of pole faces in salient pole machine. Damper winding will damp out hunting by producing torque opposite to slip of rotor. Magnitude of this damping torque is proportional to the slip speed. So damper winding is not only used for starting the synchronous motor when there are any oscillations in the rotor, as the damper winding is short circuited. So due to the relative motion, damper winding will generate a rotating MMF that suppresses out the oscillations. So in the first class we have seen that damper winding is used to start the synchronous motor because it requires the starter in the starting. Okay. So, damper winding is not only used to start the synchronous motor, it will also generate rotating MMF that will suppress out the oscillations. So, it will have two effects here. Okay, damper winding is used for starting also and for generating a rotating MMF that will suppress out the oscillations. Under normal conditions, that is when the rotor runs at synchronous speed, no such currents are induced in it, and there is no effect of damper winding on the main winding. However, damper winding cannot prevent the oscillations completely, but it can prevent the motor from running out of its synchronism. Okay, so damper winding is not preventing the oscillations completely, but it will prevent the motor from running out of synchronism. The synchronous motor will not go out of synchronism if you are using damper winding. Okay, but it is not preventing the oscillations completely. Okay, next is use of flywheels. The prime mover is provided with a large and heavy flywheel. This increases the inertia of prime mover and helps in maintaining the rotor speed constant. Okay, so prime mover is provided with a very large and heavy flywheel. So this will increase the inertia of prime mover and helps in maintaining the rotor speed as constant. Designing synchronous machine with suitable synchronizing power coefficients with the help of this flywheel, and flywheel is an external arrangement connected between the motor and the prime mover of that motor. It is an external arrangement, same like damper winding. We are using a flywheel as an external arrangement which is connected between the motor and the prime mover of that motor. Usually a high weighted flywheel is used for this purpose. So due to its great inertia, it stabilizes the relative motion of the rotor due to oscillations, and it controls the rotation without any variation in speed. So hunting can be prevented with the help of this flywheel, which is connected between the motor and the prime mover of the motor. So due to its great inertia, it will stabilize the relative motion of the rotor due to oscillations, and it will control the rotation without any variation in speed. Okay, now let us see the Blondel diagram in synchronous motor, or current and power circuit diagram, as it is stated in your syllabus. It is current and power circuit diagram of synchronous motor. Constant power circle. Okay, so Blondel diagram of a synchronous motor is an extension of a simple phasor diagram of a simple synchronous motor. Okay, a Blondel diagram is a extension of the simple phasor diagram, which already we have seen in the previous classes. The phasor diagram. Okay, phasor diagram for leading, lagging and unity power factor loads, we have seen it. Okay, now Blondel diagram is an extension of the simple phasor diagram of synchronous motor. For a synchronous motor, the power input to the motor per phase is given by P in is equal to V phase I phase cos phi. So this is per phase values. P in is equal to input to the motor per phase is given by V phase I phase cos phi. So the gross mechanical power developed per phase will be equal to difference between P in per phase and the per phase copper losses of the winding. Now, what will be the copper loss? I square R are the copper loss. This is the general formula for copper loss I square R. Now, copper loss per phase we are writing it as IAPH square RA. Okay. P in is equal to PV phase I phase cos phi minus, not P in, sorry. PM is equal to V phase I phase cos phi minus IA phase square RA per phase. So for mathematical convenience, let V phase is equal to V and IA phase is equal to I. Okay. So PM is equal to VI cos phi minus I square RA. So I square RA minus VI cos phi plus PM is equal to 0. Therefore, from this equation, we can get the value of I square minus VI cos phi by RA, that is divide entire equation by RA. So we are going to get the equation as I square minus VI cos phi by RA plus PM by RA is equal to 0. Now consider the phasor diagram. Here, this is phasor diagram for lagging power factor where V phase is a reference, IA is lagging V phase. Okay, and the angle between V phase and IA is phi, and angle between ER and IA is theta. OA is equal to V phase. OA is V phase. OB is equal to ER, that is equal to IA ZS. Okay, and AB is equal to EB phase. Now this equation, that is I square minus VI cos phi by RA plus PM by RA is equal to 0, is representing the polar equation to a circle. To obtain this circle in a phasor diagram, draw a line OY at an angle phi with respect to OA. Okay, so angle YOA is equal to theta. Here YOA is equal to theta and angle YOB is equal to phi. Okay, so this is the dotted line is showing the circle of constant power. The circle represented by the equation 1 has a center at some point O on the line OY. The circle drawn with center as O and radius as OB represents circle of constant power. So this is called as Blondel diagram. If the excitation is varied while the power is kept constant, then working point B while moving along the circle of constant power, let OB is equal to radius of circle, that is equal to R. Let OO dash is equal to distance D, and applying cosine rule to triangle OBO dash. Okay, this is O dash. O dash. So O, B, O dash, we are for this triangle we are applying the cosine rule. So R square is equal to OB square plus O dash square minus 2 OB O dash cos OB square O dash. Now OB will represent resultant ER, which is IAZS. So OB is proportional to current and when referred to OY represents the current in both magnitude and phase. So OB is equal to IA is equal to I. Let us say it as I. So substituting various values in equation 2, we will get value as R square is equal to I square plus D square minus 2 DI cos phi. I square minus 2DI cos phi plus D square minus R square is equal to 0. So comparing equation 1 and 3. So this is the equation 1. I square minus VI cos phi by RA plus PM by RA is equal to 0. And this is equation 3. I square minus 2DI cos phi plus D square minus R square equal to 0. So OO dash is equal to D, that is equal to V by 2 RA. We are comparing these two equations and writing the value of OO dash, that is equal to D, that is V by 2 RA. So the point O dash is independent of power PM and is a constant for a given motor operating at a fixed applied voltage V. So now comparing the last terms of equation 1 and 3, D square minus R square is equal to PM by RA, or R square is equal to D square minus PM by RA. So I am putting this R square to the right side and PM by RA to the left side. So R square is equal to D square minus PM by RA, or R is equal to under root D square minus PM by RA, that is under root D value we got it as V by RA, R2A, V by 2 RA. So Substitute in place of d v by 2 Ra. So v by 2 Ra whole square minus Pm by Ra. Now R is equal to 1 by 2 Ra root v square minus 4 Pm Ra. Okay. So now this equation is showing that power Pm must be real. Then 4 Pm Ra is equal to v square. So maximum power, possible power per phase is 4 Pm max Ra is equal to v square, or Pm max is equal to v square by 4 Ra. So, and the radius of the circle for maximum power is 0. Thus, at the time of maximum power, circle will become at point O dash. While when the power Pm is equal to 0, then R is equal to V by 2 Ra, that is equal to O dash. This shows that circle of 0 power passes through the points O and A. The radius for any power Pm is given by R is equal to V by 2 Ra under root 1 minus 4 Pm Ra by V square. But Pm max is equal to V square by 4 Ra. Substituting in above equation, so R is equal to V by 2 Ra under root 1 minus Pm by Pm max. So R is equal to V by 2 Ra root of 1 minus M, where M is equal to this entire thing, that is Pm by Pm max. Now we know that O dash is equal to D is equal to V by 2 Ra. So now this R is becoming equal to D root 1 minus M. So this is the generalized expression for the radius for any power of synchronous motor. Thank you students. I hope everyone understood today's class. Thank you for watching the video.